Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Entitled neighbor says she has a right to my parking space, so I got my own back. A woman has slammed her entitled neighbors for stealing her parking spaces, simply to make their own lives easier. She explained how she and her family recently moved to a new property with enough space to park 3 vehicles on their driveway. But after noticing they don't have 3 cars, her new neighbors started questioning her over the spaces, wanting to know whether they could make use of them. Taking to Reddit, she said, "From the very beginning, we have had both neighbors to the sides of us immediately start hounding us about if we are going to use all of our parking spaces. Our house has an extended 3 parking space lot on the back of it. Well, both neighbors want to use ours for free. They would harass us every time they saw us. From the moment we moved in for a full 3 days of telling them no, we finally contacted the landlord and he called them and put a stop to it." Read more. Woman left furious by neighbor's note, banning her from raunchy activity latest. However, it turns out the landlord didn't do anything to resolve the situation, and her neighbors continued to harass her about the extra parking spaces. She added, "About 2 weeks ago, my family and I were getting out of the house and doing a little bit of shopping. We come back to find a large truck trying to maneuver a trailer through the alley near our spaces. It blocked us from driving into our space, and we sat there for a solid 10 minutes watching them slowly move the trailer into one of our parking spots. One of the guys directing the truck came over to see if we need to get past, but we informed him where they were parking was our house, and they had no permission to do so. He looked a bit shocked and said, 'Oh, the lady said we could park here.' With that, the woman started laughing and corrected him, saying she'd told them multiple times not to park on her property. She added, 'No one came to ask us at any time if they could use our spots, and we had been there for a full month at that point. They pull out and we pull in, and I thought that would be the end. Nope. 5 minutes later, an entitled woman comes strolling over with her young child in tow and wants to speak with me. I go outside, and now she wants to ask me if they can park. Don't miss. Man looks behind bedroom wardrobe and can't believe what he finds latest. Dog trainer shares one thing you must do to stop pet from pulling on lead latest. Carpet stains will vanish for good using 4-ingredient white vinegar mixture latest. We use your sign-up to provide content in ways you've consented to and to improve our understanding of you. This may include adverts from us and third parties based on our understanding. You can unsubscribe at any time. Read our privacy policy." The entitled neighbor explained how she needed to use her driveway because she's having landscaping done and it's preventing her from using her own. She then tried to shame her for not being very neighborly when she again refused her request. Annoyed, she decided to give her neighbor a taste of her own medicine, saying, "You are mad because you thought you could use someone else's property without their knowledge or consent and then play the victim when you are told no. Grow up." She added, she stormed off with her kid in tow, mad about not getting her way. "I called my landlord about it too, so if there was some kind of arrangement made between the two of them, we were never made aware." Commenting on her post, one user said, "I'm petty, and if I was in this situation I would park sideways and make sure I was in all 3 spaces every time I come home." Another user added, "I swear, it's absolutely impossible for some people to take no for an answer. Your neighbors were definitely a bunch of spoiled brats as children, and as it turns out, as adults too." A third user said, "Technically, I don't believe the landlord could even give them permission to use the spaces. They are entitled to you and you alone, so long as they are listed as part of the property in the rental agreement."